Hi, Sue. Good to see
Hi,
you.
hi, Shu.
Do you have any difficulty getting online?
No, it's fairly easy.
And it's our first time meeting. Let me tell you what we are going to do today. And we'll have 12 minutes. And I will beginning by asking you a lot of questions regarding what brings you here, and for me to get to know your opinion and your perspective. And then I will summarize. If that went out well, we'll set some goals together. And that sounds, then I will terminate the section. And does that sound okay for you?
That sounds good. Thank you.
So tell me what brings you here.
Yeah, Shu, I'm actually I'm a little frustrated, and I'm a little just I'm at a loss, or I can't really figure out what to do. But I have a father uh, who is 70 now, and he has just become increasingly abusive, verbally abusive. And just really saying very inappropriate things. And especially in the way that he talks to me, and so I just don't know what to do with that. It's affecting my relationship, not just with him, but also my relationship with my husband, and also my mom, so yeah.
Mm, mm, can you tell me what exactly he did to make you feel frustrated and feel lost about what you're going to do?
I can give you an example of maybe what happened. Like the last time I visited him. So my father and my mother live close by to us, and so I visited him to bring him over some dinner, which I do like once a week. I drop off a meal with them, and I walked in the house, and he asked me what I brought, and I told him what I brought. And usually it's something that he liked, like it was a casserole that he really liked. But this time he just, for whatever reason, he just went off, and he just was like, I hate the casserole. Why do you make me casseroles? You're not a good daughter. You don't understand. You just, so he just literally lost his temper over a casserole. But then he was just basically, saying unkind things about me, and and it was just really, really, it was hard. And he kept saying, you're worthless, you are useless, and it was just really hard.
Wow, you must feeling very hurt after hearing that he said those kind of words to you, and you made the dinner for him and he don't appreciate. And can you tell me how do you feel about your when he says those verbally abusive words to you?
Yeah, he's been like that. Like, he has never been easy. So he's never been an easy father. He's been very critical of me for as long as I can remember.
Very critical.
And I could never do anything right. So this has been continuing for a long time. And so in some ways, I'm just like, this is my father, but this is also at another level. Do you know what I mean? It's much stronger and much more intense and much more abusive than it has been.
I can sense your sadness after you hearing those words. And how do you respond with him about the situation? Did you say anything worse back?
Um, I try, but the problem is he's so loud, and my mom's there, and I don't want to upset her further either. So instead of engaging in a conversation, like, because usually what happens, Shu, is that when he's like that, I will like say to him, you need to stop this. This is not appropriate. This is verbally abusive. But with my mom there, it's always, I don't want to upset her more. She's 70 as well, and she's you know, she has taken this because he's done this to her too. And so she
has done this to your mom as well.
yeah, he has, and she's never stood up. You know, I've stood up quite a lot over the years, and I've been able to leave the house. So for me, it's one of those things where you know, I don't take it by just leaving, right? But she has never stood up for herself. And so he's always treated her like this. It's worse now than it's been before, for sure. Like it wasn't ever this bad.
Worse now.
Yeah, from what I can remember. Because I don't live with them right now, I don't know what it's like, but I've definitely noticed towards me that it's worse. And I'm just assuming that it's probably worse to my mom too.
To your mom. Wow, it's a very very difficult situation and very challenging and very I think it's time consuming to dealing with this kind of situation as well. And what did your mom say about this situation?
You know, when my mom and I talk about this, she just basically says, you know, honey, it's just him. It's just your father. I have lived with this all these years. It's just who he is, you know? So she sort of writes it off as, yeah, as normal, you know? Like for her, it's normal. She's done this for how many years have they been married? I'm 35, so I think they've been married for like 40 years now. And yeah, this has been their pattern, you know?
She has been in like that way for so many years.
Yeah.
That must be very difficult for you, and both for you and your mom together. I can sense your sadness and your you feeling very miserable about this kind of situation. And if I were you, I probably ask why I'm being treated like this. And I correct?
Yeah, I think that that might be true. Like so I take this from my dad, but I'm just like, you know what, I don't have to deal with it, right? So I leave the house. So I wouldn't say I'm sad as much as I'm just like, you know what, is there anything I can do at this point, you know, to really protect my mom, you know, because my mom is in this situation. And I know she says that she's okay, and he's not physically abusive, so he hasn't hit her or anything, but the way that he talks to her is always putting her down, you know. And so that's hard to watch, and it's hard for me to watch that. And I have talked to her a lot about that, but she always says to me, but Sue, he has always been that way. You know, I'm fine, you know. Yeah.
You love your mom very much, and you want to protect her.
Yeah.
Also protect yourself in this kind of situation. And is there have you ever taken your father to see the doctor, and any medical advice from doctors?
I did take him actually to a doctor, and I mean, he even fought me on that because he was just like, I had to tell him that this is just a regular checkup. And so he went and he saw, and the doctor said that he's all fine. Like there is really, yeah, they just think that one of the things that the doctor did say was that they don't think he's handling his old age well. Like he's not, you know, accepting, and maybe that is what's causing him to be a lot more angry and using, you know, foul language and being verbally abusing is because of what they thought maybe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But yeah, he says that maybe it could be the fact that he's not accepting.
Have you ever noticed any physical the physical difference that with your father recently?
No, really, I haven't. Nothing that actually I would even say is huge. Now he turned 70, So I think that we had a big birthday party for him, and my mom, because they're also 70. So we just celebrated. We had just a big family birthday party for them for 70. But there wasn't anything that I would say was major. Like I haven't noticed a downturn in his physical health. Yeah.
Mm, mm. What is your strong emotion to your father?
My strong emotion to my father. You know what? I'm angry at times with him that he would do this. Like, I don't want. Yeah, I think maybe anger is a big part of. If I have to think through it, like, what is the emotion that I feel? Is probably anger. Angry towards him for the way that he continues to do this towards mom, but also he's taking it out on me as well now.
Mm. And how do you want to solve this? Have you ever think of any method to dealing with this situation? Any?
Yeah, yeah. I don't this. I think this is why I've come, is because I just don't know what to do. He's been like this his whole life, right? Like he's had this side to him. So what do I do? Now it's affecting my family. Like my husband has said, I'm not going to let the kids visit him. We're not going to have the kids visit, right? So
That's a huge withdrawal from your husband.
yeah, yeah.
I can see your hardness in this kind of situation. It's a terrible time to stop at the moment, but we have to stop over here, and let me summarize. In Sue, you have a difficult father that have bad temper and continuously verbally abuse to you for many ways, for a very long time. Not only he's being abusive to you, but also he's being abusive to your husband, to your mom as well, and this affects yourself and also affects your relationship with your family, and you're feeling angry. He said so many bad words to you, and you're feeling angry, and you want to solve this problem. And so that's why you come in to seek some help to how to deal with this, your father, and also protecting your mom, and also your husband was involved in, and he want to stop your children take care of your grandfather. And is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Given what we talked about, and do you have any goals that you would like to set?
Yeah, I think to just figure out what can I do with my father, and how do I go about what can I do, like he's verbally abusive, like what can I do, and is there anything that I can do? And then maybe working through the fact that I've got this emotion of anger, and it's not helpful in the situation. So just knowing, how do I deal with my father's verbal abuse, and how do I process that?
Okay, that sounds reasonable, and that's also important. Is there any other things that you would like to achieve as well?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. Thanks for sharing your struggle with your father with me, and we will continue working on these issues in the future sections. And that's next time. That's next week. This time working for you as well.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's good. And we'll see you in next week. So take care.
Thanks, Shu. You have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.